Dave here at the house, talking about one of my favorite boards from Burton. It's the Burton Hero. Definitely one of the best bang for the buck boards they got in their line. Just a slew of new technology in this board. Definitely makes it a really good board for a lot of riders out there. First off, flex on this one's going to be relatively soft. 1 being soft, 10 being stiff. You're probably looking right around, say, like a 2 to maybe 3.5 range on this one, depending on the length. From there, you've got a twin-like shape. It is almost a perfect twin, just a slightly longer nose to it. The flex is twin, definitely. Moving into side cut, you got a pretty mellow radial side cut. This board does have the V rocker, which means you're going to have some rocker between the bindings with a little additional after the bindings, and it does feature their pressure distribution edge, which right underneath the binding position is going to bump out ever so slightly, basically giving you 2 extra points of contact on the side cut. You got one at the tail, one at the nose, and then 2 in between right underneath the bindings. So it's going to bite icy hardpack terrain really good and kind of help give it a little bit more grip since the rocker gives it kind of a loose feel. From there, you've got the tried and true channel system. Definitely with reverse camber boards, you match it up with an EST binding, it's going to be perfect because it will not mess with the flex of the board at all. You'll definitely be able to get your presses down a little bit easier. If you do the channel boards, you have to do an EST binding, long story short. Nose and tail on this one are going to have their pro tip. Meaty sidewall through the center, going to a reduced thickness in the tail and the nose. That's just going to make it lighter weight, lighter for the swing weight, and torsionally more forgiving as well too. They do have a scoop nose and tail in this one, so if you're doing any kind of like flat ground butters, manual, stuff like that, really easy to scooch and mini bike on. Base on this one, surprisingly, is a centered base. Usually on boards in this price range and all this other stuff are going to be an extruded. This one is a centered die cut base. Holds wax really good, holds a lot of wax, and will get faster throughout the life of it. Other than that, it's got their infinite ride process, which is where they overbuild the board, stick in a machine that simulates about 3 to 4 years of usage. So you get it, flex it the first day, it flexes the same 3 or 4 years down the road. Pretty sick, and it actually does work. As always, you got their dual zone engineered grain direction. Grain for the core is going to run from the track out to the edge, right to that pressure distribution edge, so it gives you a really good hold. Like I said, just tons of tech for a board of this price. One of my favorites in the shop, and it's not just because it's purple. Burton Hero.